Welcome to Jamaica's Tourism Crossroads. Today we explore the state of Jamaica's tourism industry and its performance over the past several years. Jamaica visitor numbers have not grown in the past 8 years, from 2017 to 2024, while the Bahamas tourism industry has doubled in the last 8 years. How much of this is due to Jamaica's tourism minister, Edmund Bartlett's tourism policies? We have heard Edmund Bartlett speaking about luxury tourism on a number of occasions, including moving away from the Jamaican invention of mega-large, all-inclusive hotels. Mr. Bartlett seems to favor a few luxury villas here or there, or cruise ship visitors, instead of focusing on the Jamaica invention of mega-large, all-inclusive hotels. Has Mr. Bartlett's gamble on cruise ships and luxury villa tourists failed? Let us compare the Jamaican tourism industry to that of the Bahamas over the past 8 years. Well, over the past 8 years, the Bahamas has experienced a significant increase in visitor numbers, while Jamaica's growth has been more modest. In 2024, Jamaica welcomed approximately 4.3 million visitors, generating $4.3 billion in revenue. In contrast, the Bahamas received about 6.136 million foreign air and sea arrivals in 2017. Several factors have contributed to the Bahamas' tourism growth. Investment in private islands. Major cruise operators have developed private island destinations in the Bahamas, enhancing their offerings and attracting more visitors. Cruise port developments. Significant investments in cruise port infrastructure have positioned the Bahamas to achieve record levels of visitor arrivals. While Jamaica's tourism sector has shown resilience, external challenges such as travel advisories have impacted visitor numbers. The Ministry of Tourism, under the leadership of Minister Edmund Bartlett, has set ambitious targets to attract 5 million visitors and generate $5 billion in earnings by 2025. It's important to recognize that tourism trends are influenced by a complex interplay of factors, including infrastructure investments, marketing strategies, geopolitical events, and global travel patterns. While the tourism minister plays a crucial role in shaping policies and initiatives, attributing the differences in growth solely to ministerial actions would oversimplify the situation. Did the Bahamas receive 11.2 million visitors in 2024? Yes, multiple reputable sources confirm that the Bahamas welcomed about 11.22 million international visitors in 2024, which is often rounded to 11.2 million. This record-breaking figure, reported by the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, represents a significant increase over previous years and underscores the nation's strong tourism performance in 2024. Personally speaking, Jamaica would have been better off sticking to the all-inclusive hotel model, rather than spending what seems to be almost $1 billion on several cruise ports across Jamaica over the past 16 years or so. For example, that money could have been spent building 2 full-length runway international airports that can land any plane from anywhere in the world. An airport in Negril was long overdue, and an airport in St. Elizabeth does make a lot of sense. The airport in Negril could have added another 1 million visitors for the parish of Westmoreland, bearing in mind that 1 million visitors already traveled from Montego Bay Airport to Negril. Hence, all 2 million visitors could then travel from an airport in Negril. Also, an airport in St. Elizabeth could attract 1.5 million visitors to the parish of St. Elizabeth and Manchester. The government just needs to give out the franchises for 25,000 hotel rooms in St. Elizabeth and another 15,000 hotel rooms for Manchester. That is 2.5 million extra visitors each year, which is more than half of the extra 4 million visitors that the government had announced just over 1 year ago. Franchises should also be given out to mega-large all-inclusive hotels to host 1 million visitors on the southeast coast, mainly in St. Thomas. Then another 1 million visitors on the northeast coast of the country, mainly Port Antonio. A new airport is not needed at the eastern end of the country, because the eastern end of the country is only half as wide as the western end of the country. Hence, the Norman Manley International Airport can be upgraded to accommodate an extra 2 to 3 million visitors annually. These plans can more than double Jamaica's visitor numbers from 4.3 million visitors to 10 million visitors each year, within the next 5 years. However, Jamaica needs to stick to the hotel model that it has invented in the tourism world, a good cheap holiday in an all-inclusive hotel. Edmund Bartlett's failed dream of having cruise ships tourists, or just to have a few villas here or there, has failed Jamaica's tourism industry. He has prevented families who are struggling to buy food to feed their children from getting a permanent full-time job in the tourism industry. For Jamaica visitor numbers to remain stagnant for 8 years, while other Caribbean countries have doubled their tourism numbers, is a failure, and probably made Edmund Bartlett the worst tourism minister in the history of independent Jamaica. How much money has Jamaica spent on cruise ports in the last 8 years? I couldn't find any single official figure that aggregates all the investments Jamaica has made specifically in its cruise port facilities over the past 8 years. What is clear from various sources is that Jamaica has made significant investments and upgrades in its port infrastructure to better accommodate larger cruise ships. For example, one well-known milestone was the $224 million contract signed in 2008 to develop the Falmouth cruise ship pier, but that project dates back more than 8 years. In more recent years, investments have also been made in upgrading facilities at other key ports, such as in Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, and Kingston's cruise terminal, as part of broader tourism and port modernization programs. However, these investments are usually reported as part of overall tourism or infrastructure spending rather than as a single cruise port figure. Would it be better for Jamaica to focus on air passengers to boost their tourism numbers rather than going after cruise passengers? Yes, focusing on air passengers would likely be more beneficial for Jamaica's long-term tourism growth compared to prioritizing cruise passengers. Here's why. First, higher spending per visitor. Air travelers typically stay in Jamaica for several nights, spending on accommodations, food, excursions, shopping, and local transportation. In contrast, cruise passengers only spend a few hours on the island and contribute significantly less per visit. Average spend air travelers are estimated to spend between $1,200 to $1,500 per visitor, while cruise passengers spend around $100 to $150 per visitor. This means that one air passenger is worth 8 to 10 cruise passengers in terms of economic impact. Second, job creation and local business support. With more overnight visitors, there would be increased demand for hotels, restaurants, entertainment, and tour services, leading to more stable and better-paying jobs for Jamaicans. Cruise tourism, on the other hand, tends to benefit port vendors and a few tour operators, but provides fewer long-term employment opportunities. Third, less dependence on cruise lines' decisions. Jamaica is at the mercy of cruise companies, which control itineraries and often steer passengers towards their own private islands or controlled experiences. Investing in air travel infrastructure would give Jamaica greater control over its tourism industry, rather than being dependent on external factors like cruise line decisions or shifting routes. Potential for expansion at airports. Jamaica already has 3 international airports, MBJ, KIN, and OCJ. Additional investment in airport expansion, airline partnerships, and direct flight routes could significantly increase air arrivals. Countries like the Bahamas and the Dominican Republic have focused on increasing air access, and their tourism numbers have surged as a result. While cruise tourism is important, Jamaica should prioritize increasing air arrivals by expanding hotel capacity, like the 20,000-room Harmony Cove project you support, improving airports, and negotiating more direct flights. This would result in higher revenues, more local job creation, and a more sustainable tourism industry. Some of my notes are available in the description section and in the comments section of this post. Feel free to take part in this discussion on how to develop Jamaica. This is part 8 of my theme titled $30 billion repatriation money available for Jamaica to claim. Funding to build 30,000 affordable housing units each year, employing 300,000 Jamaicans in permanent full-time jobs, and earning an extra $10 billion each year for the country's GDP. Some key features of the $30 billion repatriation funding program are 120 hotels to be built across Jamaica, especially near areas with high unemployment rates, earning an extra $10 billion each year for Jamaica, providing 300,000 permanent full-time jobs for low-skilled citizens in rural parishes across Jamaica. 300,000 affordable housing units to be built over the next 10 years, from 2025 to 2034. 30,000 to be built each year. Franchises for the 120 large all-inclusive hotels will be given to foreign direct investment over the next 1 to 5 years, from 2025 to 2029. Each hotel costing approximately $250 million to build, totaling $30 billion, all paid for by the foreign direct investments repatriation money coming back to Jamaica. Hope you have enjoyed part 8 of my current series. Look out for part 9. Thanks for watching this video. To support this channel, please click on the subscribe button. Share this video in your WhatsApp groups and send it to all your friends, as we try to demonstrate how the tourism industry can transform lives in Jamaica. Remember to let us know what you think about this video by leaving your comments below. God bless you, God bless the Jamaican Parliament, and God bless Jamaica. Until my next video, peace and love.